Okay, so today we are going to do fluid balance. So I have my question here and the fluid balance chart here and my calculator on my phone. So when you're given the question, make sure you write your name, also number of the patient. So let's approximate 0432 and today's date, which is 22nd July 24. Okay, so we have the input side, which contains the oral intake, the parenteral, which is going through the IV, your hour total and your total input. Then you have the output that contains the urine, the gastric losses, the bowels, the drains, the hour total and total output. Then you print your name, you sign, then you balance the input and output. Then it's after balancing, was it a negative or positive? You indicate it here. So I'm going to use this sheet, okay, this question to draft the answer. So another oral intake. Just know that whatever you see on the fluid balance sheet is what you document here. So under 800 we have water, which is 150 ml. So I'm going to write it here. Well, this is 800 and the water is what? Oral intake. So I'm going to write 150 ml here. Then move on to 1100, which is T, which is 280 ml. So I'm going to go to 1100, which is 280. Then move on to 1300, which is water, 300 ml. 1300, 300 ml. Make sure you indicate the figure or the unit. Then the next one is 1400, which is juice, that's 75 ml. 1400 juice, 75 ml. Then move on to 1800, which is coffee. 1800, which is coffee, 50 ml. Then 2000, which is water, 50 ml. 2000, 50 ml for water. Then 2300 water, which is 200 ml. 2300, 200 ml. And the last under the oral is 300, which is tea, 100 ml. You are done with the oral intake. We go to the parenteral. So then the parenteral is a bit confusing. You need to be able to understand the calculating the rate of a particular fluid to be able to get your answer for the start time and the finish time. So let's say we have a normal saline here and the volume given is 1000 ml. So the start time is 1000, the finish time is 1800. So you need to calculate the interval between the 10 and the 8. So from 10 to 8, what's the interval between that? So we have 11, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, so that is 8. So 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. That's 8 hour interval. So you are going to calculate the rate of this infusion. All right, so we divide the 1000 ml by the 8. That's 125 ml. So this shows that within 8 hours, this patient is going to take 125 ml of normal saline from 11 a.m. towards 18, and that's 6 p.m. So we are going to indicate this on the parenteral. So make sure you indicate it by writing the normal saline N/S. All right. So we are going to start the start time at 11 a.m. So we start here. So 125 ml. Then we'll move on to 1200, 125 ml. 125 ml, 125 ml, till we get to the 1800. So it's going to end here. So that means the patient will take 125 ml of normal saline for 8 hours towards from 1100 towards 1800. So that's it for the parenteral. Okay, then we'll move on to the output. So on the output, the first one is we have the urine in the bowel. So under the urine, we have 900, which is 60 ml, and the bowel is BO. BO means bowels opened. So we'll go to the output. They write the urine 900, which is 60 ml. So I'm going to write 60 ml here. Then the bowel, I write BO. Then move on to 1100 for urine, which is 350 ml. So move on to 1100. Urine is 350 ml. And the next one is 1500 urine, that is 270 ml. 1500, 270 ml. And the next one 1800, which is 400 ml for urine, and bowels is 120. So move on to 1800. The urine is 400 mils. And the bowel is 120 mils. And the last one, which is urine, which is 1900 at 390 mils. 1900 at 390 mils. Okay, so now I'm going to calculate the hour total and the total input for both the input and the output. All right, so under here, under the 1800, we only have 150 mils. That'll be for the hour total. Then 1100 is 280. We are going to add up. We are going to add up 280 plus 125. 280 plus 125. That's 405 mils. So you write it at the hour total. Then since there's nothing here to add, you just write the same 125 mils here. Then move on to the next one. So I'm going to add the 300 plus the 125. That's 425 mils. Move on to the next one, which is 125 plus 75, which is 200 mils. Since there's nothing here to add, you just write the same thing here, the same thing here, the same thing here for the hour total. Then we'll add, since there's something here to add, you add the 150 mils plus the 125. That's 175 mils. Since there's nothing to add up here, you write the 50 mils here. Same as 200 mils, then 100 mils. So then we now come to the total input. So that is where we are going to indicate this same amount here, 150 mils. So you are going to add this 150 mils for the 800 to the 1100. Okay, so 150 plus 405, which is 555 mil. 555 mil. Make sure you indicate the unit. So you are going to add the next up. So you add the total inputs plus the total hour to get all your input. All right, so move on to the next one, which is 555 plus 125, which is 680 mils. So 680 plus 425, which is 1105 mil. 1105 plus 200, that's 1305 mil. 1305 plus 125, just 1430. 1430 plus 125, 1555 mils. 1555 plus 125, that's 1680 mils. 1680 plus 175, that's 1855 mils. 1855 plus 50, that was 1905 mils. 1905 plus 200, that's 2105 mil. And the last one, which is 2005 plus 100 mils, which is 2205 mil. So we are done with the total input. We are moving on to the output. So under here, there's nothing to calculate except the urine. So we are going to put 60 mils for the hour total for the 900, followed by here. Our next hour total will be 350 mils. The next hour total here will be 270. Since there's nothing here to calculate or to add up, then since there's something to add up here around the 1800, we are going to add up the urine and the bowel. That's 400 plus 120, which is 520 mils. Okay, then the last one is okay, so the next one will be the urine, which is 370. So we just 390 mils. We just calculate. Since there's nothing to calculate here, you just write the same thing there. So we are now going to add up the total output. Sorry. So since there's nothing here to add up, we just write the 60 mils here. Then we add the 60 mils plus the 350 mils. So 60 plus 350, which is 410 mils. So 410 mils, we'll add it to the 270 mils, which is 680 mils. So 680 plus the 520, which is 1200 mils. And the last one is 1200 plus 390 mils, which is 1590 mils. So then we know that the total input is 2205 mils and the total output is 1590 mils. So we are going to subtract the input minus the output. So 2205 minus the 1590. So that's a 615. So we had a total balance of 615, which is a positive balance. So you write positive on here. If it's a negative, you make sure you indicate the negative here. Okay, so that is this. Make sure you write your name here. Then you sign. All right, so this is a 40-minute station. All right, so thank you very much for listening. Bye.